Today we're going to talk about arrays. We'll also get into some information about ASCII values, but the main focus is going to be on arrays. So let's say we were writing a program and that program's capabilities required that we store the values of the alphabet as chars. So one way to do this is, you can see I started writing it out, you could have 26 char variables, A through Z. You could read in 26 times, have the user just type in A, B, C, D, and so on. You could also just assign it like normal, so say char A equals A. Do that 26 times. That seems like a waste of time, right? And it is. So there's a better way to do this. An array is a way to store objects of the same type sequentially in memory. So let's say that we wanted an array of the alphabet. So you declare it by naming its type, char in this case. You give it a variable name, the same way that you would name anything else. And then you have to give it a size, which we're going to put in here. So the way that array sizes work is it has to be a const value. So one way to do it would be you just put 26. And that's fine, that's acceptable. So what can't you do? Let's say that you wanted to have this int size equals 26. And then you put size in here as the size of the array. That's going to give you a compiler error. The size of the array must be const. So this is okay, but what do we need to change here? We need it to be a const. So it's going to be a const int size equals 26. And then that way we know that that value can't be changed. The size of our array is always going to be the size of the alphabet, which is 26. Great, so now we've got this array of chars of size, and we want to read in the values of the alphabet into it. So how can we do that? Well, how do you index an array? And by index, I mean access the value or assign the value at a particular spot. You go from 0 to size minus 1, and you can just literally write something like alphabet at 0 equals A. Now that's fine, and you could go alphabet 0 equals A all the way through alphabet 25 equals Z. But that's the same amount of work as we were just talking about before. We're trying to make this more efficient. So what's efficient about an array? Well, you can use a for loop. So let's make a for loop. Before we do that, we're going to need a couple things to help us out here. And this is where the ASCII values come into play. So if you want to assign each value to a letter of the alphabet, we're going to go with lowercase letters for the purpose of this exercise. Then what's the simplest way to do this in a for loop? Because if you're assigning everything in a for loop, you're assigning it to the same thing or a variable that's changing. So what's the best way to do this? Well, we could create an int letter equals 97. Why 97? Because 97 is the ASCII value of lowercase a. If we wanted to do uppercase A, we could do 65. We could have them both together in an array of size 52. But we're just going to go with the lowercase letter. So we've got this int letter equals 97. Great. We've also got our const int size equals 26. And we've got our array of chars called alphabet. So let's write out what this for loop would look like. So we say for, and the first part of a for loop, as we know, is going to be this value, say int I equals 0, because we're indexing from 0. And then we want to say I is less than size. This is the same size here is here. Has to be a constant. And then we want to do, are we going up or down? We're going up, right? So I plus plus. Now, we've got alphabet indexed at I, so we're starting at 0, equals letter. Now we need to change letter, right? Because letter is lowercase a right now. If we assign this char, to this int 97. It's going to give it the ASCII value, which is lowercase a. So that's good, but now we need to change letter for b. So we can do letter minus minus. And that'll decrement letter, letter plus plus. That'll increment letter, so that it becomes 98, which is lowercase b, 99, and so on, all the way until we get to lowercase d. And then that's the end of our for loop. And now we've got an array of chars. And so you can see the value of using an array to store these values.